Hi there, it's Janice Thomson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland. Today I am filming my video for the Smart Stampin' Video Hop. Our theme this month is the season of giving. So I thought I would quite like to show you a way of giving. I think this is probably about an average size hand cream, which I will be gifting this one to my sister because she's recently discovered a liking for hand creams and I've always had an addiction for hand creams, so I always have loads in my drawer, so I thought I'd gift this one to her soon. So I buy these ones from the factory shop locally, because this is Scottish Fine Soaps and the factory is not very far from where I live, so it's great because you don't have to spend the big price that you spend in the gift shops for this product. These ones are seconds, but it's not the products that's second, it's the printing. So I know my sister won't even be bothered. She possibly won't even notice it. So anywho, so I have worked out how to make a nice box for this. I have a sheet of black because I'm completely out of Pretty Peacock, and I do think that colour is fairly close to Pretty Peacock. I have Regal Winter Designer Series paper. Now I'm pretty sure this is on last chance, so if you want to have that, it may already be gone by the time this video goes out, but I needed to get it filmed anyway. But check it out if you've not used it. I will be using Peaceful Season here. And this is cut out from the Peaceful Season dies. So yeah, let's just make a box. I don't want this to take too long, but when you've watched my video, please go into my description box below and press the more button, and you will get the next person, you'll get the link to the next person in this video hop. So there will be a few people taking part in it, and I'm sure there'll be some really good ideas about gift giving, I should think. Season of giving, well, it could be cards, but it's more than likely going to be how to wrap gifts and things like that. That was my interpretation. So let's go. So I need a piece of card, which is the width of the A4 paper, which is 8 1/4 inches. I am working on inches. This is 8 1/4 inches wide, and I need it to be 7 1/2 inches that way. Chop that and lay that to the side, and then I need a piece of Designer Series paper. I was going to use this, but do you know what? I want to be bright. Let's go bright and have one of these. They do have, there's like a black background, but there's a bit of Pretty Peacock in there, but it matters not. So let's go with this one with the bright flowers on it. And I need this to be, I have no idea. There's not a right or wrong way up with this paper, but I need a piece that is 6 inches wide. And 5 1/2 inches that way. Then what I want to do is cut this at, I need one piece that's 1 inch wide, and I'm going to keep these in order. 1 inch, and then one that's 2 inches wide, then 1, just making sure it's nice and straight, and then hopefully that will be 2 left there. Yeah, so I'm going to go like this, 1, 2, 3, oh gosh, you won't even see that, 4. I've put them like that in order because that, honestly, I think that paper would be like an impossible jigsaw puzzle if you had to do it as a jig. I've laid that to the side. I'm going to put my trimmer away. Whoops, and then I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored tool, which I think is brilliant. I'm going to stand up a moment and just check that you can see the top bit here. Yes, you can. Because this is bigger than what we're watching. So I need to score this at 2 1/4, 3 1/2 inches, 5 3/4, and 7 inches. And then I want to turn that around 90 degrees and score it at 1 1/4 and 7. And that is my scoring done. So I can get my lovely score tool off my desk and parked where it lives, under my desk. Okay, so, and I know black's not the best. I had hoped to work with Pretty Peacock card. I need to order some, obviously. So what I'm doing here is just folding and burnishing all the score lines. Now this is a kind of detail that makes a big difference in the presentation. Basically, I'm making a basic box. So I worked out my measurements and knew that I needed that to be that width so that the end of the hand cream would fit in, so you can see that it will fit in the box fairly snugly. And that part there is 5 3/4 inch by 2 1/4, and then by measuring what square that circle will fit in, I worked out that that needed to be 1 1/4. Once you kind of get the hang of working out the measurement for boxes, it's not hard to do, but I appreciate it. It's a bit daunting if you haven't done it before. So basically what I'm going to do here, I'm using that word basic a lot, am I? I'm just going to cut up each score line, and I'm keeping this very simple. There's all sorts of fancy things you could do, cutting wedges into the flaps and everything, but I'm just going to keep this pretty basic. So cut up each score line to the first score line at the top and the bottom. Now, these 2 rectangles are going to be disappearing, so just chop them off. Again, I probably usually do this slightly differently, but then cut, but I'm trying to keep it simple for those who've never done this before. Cut a wedge there, and there. So this will be the tab for gluing. Now, what I want to do now is put my paper on. Now that's going to be the back, that's going to be the front. Now that is informing me where I want to put, So when you look at the front of the box, I want these three pieces to work together. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and this fourth piece, which does correspond to that, and you will see that when we stick this down, is actually going over there. I've misplaced my glue. Hope this is it round the corner here. So I'm going to stick this down because it is easier to stick on while your project is flat. Oops, slippy, but that's why I use wet glue, because it does give you a moment to make sure you're as straight as you can be. Now I know they don't match, but not to worry, because that is the back. I had to make a decision where the match would be. So that's your paper. Then what I'm going to do here is fold that over to there. In fact, no, fold that in there. Put some glue on the flap and then fold over the project, making sure that that is nicely lined up. Use your bone folder just to make sure that glue is distributed. A wee fluffy bit there, I'm just going to chop it off. Let's just quite like to do it in both directions once we've got the flat box. Now, if you want to do things like this in advance and don't have a whole load of storage, you could take it to this part and then store them flat like that. So you see that this is the front, so that side matches. Oh, that's lies, that's not the front. This is the front. So you see that side matches and that side matches. So looking on from the front, whichever angle you come at. So then, because this is the front, I want to keep that flap there. Tuck these two flaps in. Pop that one up. Put some glue on there. And fold that over. Just hold it all a moment or two to make sure it's... Now you could get a ruler, or if your bone folder will fit to the bottom, just tap it all down just to make sure that glue is making contact. And that basically is the box. Now, where have I put my die cut shape that I was putting the sentiment on? Well, lucky I have a pile of them cut because I'm going to do more of this project for some other people in different colours to this, but so pretty peacock ink we'll get this time. The brain's not with me today, I don't think. And where's my gold? I had everything out and then I've... Oh my goodness. Oh, they're both together, look. The gold ribbon. Okay. I'm sorry about the lighting so far. I think I didn't bring my light down where it should be. I think hopefully you'll be able to see it enough. Because I absolutely do not have the time for refilming. So please, please let there have been enough light. I'm pretty sure my it's pretty clever actually. So I will have compensated, I'm sure. Okay. Friends and family are the true gift of Christmas. Wishing you all the things that warm your heart and lift your spirits. Hoping this season is bright and beautiful. I'm actually going to use this wishing you all the things, and for no other reason other than it fills the space, and I want it to be up and down that way. That's lovely. Close it. So not a lot of stamping because we're just in the business of wrapping. So we can pop the hand cream in now. And you see it just comes nicely up to the top. If you feel it, you can always just, if you feel it's a bit narrow, you can pop it slightly at an angle. And you do have a couple of spaces that you could pop in a sweetie or two. So this is the front. So I want it to be the last bit going back. And that's, I'm not going to glue this down or fasten it down. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Here, I am going to thread this gold. It's called, this is not available yet to you. This is available from the 7th of January with the new catalogue, I believe, yes, with the new spring mini catalogue. We used to have it in silver. I'm actually going to give it a fair bit here, and it's going to be stuck on the front there, and I need a couple of dimensionals. I'm aware of the time going, I don't want to make this too long, so I'm trying to hurry up. I did have another sheet of dimensionals out, so I'm just going to pop 2 dimensionals. I'm sure these will all get used over the next wee while anyway. Just want one either side of the ribbon, but not on it. But I need it to be that it's going to stick on the box. So that sentiment sticks on the box like that. Sort of about the middle, I think. And a fair bit of that, and then pull this round the other side up the back, and I'll just chop myself off a bit because I just want this to look pretty special. What I just want is a big bow on the top, and that will keep it closed without gluing, so that when the recipient wants to open it, they're not going to destroy the box, and maybe they'll reuse that to gift something else onto someone else. I'm just going to trim that so that it's all kind of matching. That's fine. I'm not overthink it. So there you go. A nice gift. Shall I put a wee embellishment on? What have we got? We do some nice gold ones. What are these ones? Gold textured adhesive back dots. That'll do. I think we'll just leave it at that. That's pretty. So there you have my project for the season of giving. So thank you very much. I'm not quite sure how well this is for photographing, but we'll do our best. So thank you so much for coming and watching the video today. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Please press the bell icon to get notified when I'm coming on again. But most importantly, please go down into the description box below and see who's after me and what project they've done today. Thank you so much. Bye bye.